are back at it, Giga. See my friend. We're on the exit that's going to be on the road to WrestleMania as the Royal Rumble is right around the corner. And in the past, there have been a lot of great Royal Rumble winners and a lot of bad Royal Rumble winners. Looking at you, Roman Reigns. So today, I thought we would have some fun and fantasy book. What if every Royal Rumble winner was different? With that being said, let's go. So we're going to start off with the very first one, 1988, where Hacksaw Jim Duggan won the very first Royal Rumble. Well, I think that should have been different. I think the very first Royal Rumble winner in 88 should have been Warrior. Yes, Warrior, for a few reasons. One, the Royal Rumble should have been about something. It should have meant something. It should have led to something. What I think it should have led to was Ultimate Warrior getting an Intercontinental Championship title match at WrestleMania and defeating Honky Tonk Man. It's just the Honky Tonk Man. That's a Honky Tonk Man. Defeating the Honky Tonk Man for the IC Championship in the same fashion he did later in the year at SummerSlam. 1989, the Royal Rumble winner was Big John Studd. Okay. I think the Royal Rumble winner for 89 should have been, ooh, yeah, the Macho Man. As I think it should have been here to where we saw the official turn of Macho Man, eliminating Hulk Hogan as the last participant in the Rumble to claim that he is the king, he is the man. Can you dig it? 1990, the Royal Rumble winner was the Hulkamania brother. Well, I think the Royal Rumble winner should have been Warrior. It should have been Warrior. I think unofficially this should be when the first Royal Rumble winner main events WrestleMania and challenges the world champion. And you can somehow still have that stare down between Hogan and Warrior to set up WrestleMania 6. 1991, the winner was again Hulkamania brother. Eat your vitamins, say your prayers, and be racist, brother. So this one, I feel like Hogan didn't need to win this one. I think if there was going to be a different winner, instead of setting everything up around the war, which is very nasty and very ugly, shame on you, Vince. I think this should have set up the prototypical millionaire, billionaire, money person versus the common man. So yeah, I think the 1991 Royal Rumble should have had, he's just a common man, working hard with his hand. Dusty Rhodes, daddy. The Dusty Rhodes should have won this and go on to main event WrestleMania to face who I think should have been a champion and Ted DiBiase. 1992. So this is the first Rumble winner who I actually agree with in real life, which is Ric Flair having the Iron Man performance, winning the title in the Royal Rumble with a tear in my eye. This is the greatest moment in my life. And this is one of the rare ones which I don't want to change it, but I have to dim the rules. So if I'm going to change it, then the Royal Rumble winner for 92 has to be Hulk Hogan. It has to be Hulk Hogan. I think somewhere in the fall of 91, you have Hogan drop the belt to like Macho Man. Flair beats Macho Man. So Flair currently is the champion. So therefore, the winner of the 92 Rumble will go on to face Flair for the title. 93, the official Royal Rumble, where this winner will go on to automatically main event WrestleMania and face the champion. Well, we all know, no disrespect to Yokozuna, but we all know that he shouldn't have been the winner. We all know who the winner is. I think we can all do it together in 3, 2, 1. Ooh, yeah, dig it. 1994, there were, for the first time, I think only time, 2 Royal Rumble winners in Bret Hart and Lex Luger. Again, this one is easy. It should have just been one winner, and that should have been the best there is, the best there was, the best ever will be, and the Hitman, Bret Hart, as Luger probably should have been the champion. 1995, this one also is very easy for me as the original winner was the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. And even though he had that great spot at the end, that's the only thing you remember from that Rumble, because the rest of the Rumble sucked. So I think the winner of the 1995 Royal Rumble should have actually been in real life the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, and Bret the Hitman Hart. I think the story they should have been telling is that Bret Hart can't defeat Owen Hart. So at SummerSlam, Owen should have won the match by not pinning or submitting Bret Hart, and therefore you go throughout the rest of the year with Bret Hart trying to win back his title and defeat his brother, and then at the very last resort, he wins the Rumble in 95 to go on to face his brother Owen at WrestleMania 11. Royal Rumble 1996, the second back-to-back winner, back-to-back, back-to-back. The second back-to-back winner of the Royal Rumble in HBK, winning in 1996. Well, we're going to change that. Doesn't work for me, brother. We're going to change that, and the winner of this match should have been Big Daddy Cool Diesel. As I think Shawn should have already been a champion. I feel like in real life, he should have won the title in 95. He should have been a champion going into 96, WrestleMania 12. And doing Diesel versus Shawn at WrestleMania, I think should have been the call. You can do the whole Iron Man match between Bret and Shawn at like SummerSlam or Survivor Series the previous year. The 1997 Royal Rumble, won by Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? Stone Cold Steve Austin. What? I said Stone Cold motherfucker Steve Austin. Give me a hell yeah. Now, for the life of me, I can't figure out to this day why Stone Cold won the Rumble when they clearly were trying to do Bret versus Shawn in a rematch from WrestleMania 12. I don't understand it. This feels very Vince Russo-like. But like, what was the plan? Like, how was they going to get to Shawn and Bret had Shawn stayed healthy? Like, what exactly was the plan there? So, in real life, I think without hindsight of Shawn losing his smile, I think the Royal Rumble winner should have been Bret the Hitman Hart, being the very first 3-time Royal Rumble winner. 1998. The winner of the Royal Rumble was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Your third back-to-back winner. I didn't realize how many back-to-back winners they did in the 90s. What was that about? What's up with that? But this one is very difficult because there was nobody hotter than Stone Cold Steve Austin in wrestling. So this one was kind of difficult to do. But if I was going to change the winner, I would have to change the whole aspect of I would have to change the aspect of what happened in the WWF, which probably would have meant that there was going to be no Montreal Screwjob to begin with, which would have been crazy. So I think the closest person that was in the light of a Stone Cold Steve Austin was the person I think that could have also won the Rumble in 98, and that is Ken Shamrock. I think it would have made just as much sense of Ken Shamrock going to Mike Tyson, telling him I'm the baddest man on the planet, as he's a former UFC fighter. So that whole build they did with Stone Cold, I think could have worked just as good. Well, not just as good, because Ken Shamrock is no Stone Cold, but could have been just as good, or would have made sense with the Ken Shamrock being the person that won the Rumble in 98. 1999, the Royal Rumble winner is Vincent Kennedy McMahon Jr. And I know a lot of people do not like this. I'm eventually going to do a video because I have some controversial thoughts on the 1999 Royal Rumble. But instead of having Vince McMahon win the Rumble, just have Stone Cold. If you want Stone Cold to win the 1999 Royal Rumble, give me a hell yeah. What? The 2000 Rumble, my favorite Rumble. One, because it was a great pay-per-view, probably the best pay-per-view in Royal Rumble history, from the bottom of the card to the top of the card, and my favorite Rumble all the way around, with the GOAT of all GOATs, The Rock, winning the Royal Rumble. But If we have to change it, I think the person that could have won the Rumble, it has to be Cactus Jack. I think instead of doing Cactus Jack versus Triple H for the title, you do The Rock and Triple H for the title, where probably The Rock wins the title, setting up former teammates in the Rock and Sock connection having to go one-on-one at WrestleMania, so that Foley can finally stop crying about his WrestleMania main event. 2001 Royal Rumble was won by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now this one, again, is very difficult for me because I'm like, who the hell will win if it's not Stone Cold? I mean, they set it up perfectly with the comeback after Austin was gone for a year in 2000. But I think naturally it has to be The Rock. Instead of having Austin and Triple H just be this blood feud, I have them battling over the title, having Stone Cold defeat Triple H for the title as he would have been a champion going into No Way Out 2001, defeat Triple H, have his big moment winning the title, then go into WrestleMania 17 with the story being, can The Rock actually win the title at WrestleMania since he hasn't done it for 3 straight years, and can he beat Stone Cold, who he's never beaten on pay-per-view? Next we got 2002 with the Royal Rumble winner being, it's all about the game and how you play it. It's all about the game and how you play it. I'm trying to do my best Motorhead impression. However, who I think should have been the Royal Rumble winner is The Rock. I think Rock should have won the Rumble. Hogan should have won the title at No Way Out, setting up your title match of Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania 18. It's just that simple. Royal Rumble 2003 was won by, here comes the pain, shout out to Taz, Brock Lesnar. Well, we're going to shake things up a bit. Who I would have had win the Rumble in 2003 is break the walls down, 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 down. Chris Jericho. Yes, because I think Shawn Michaels should have never lost the title following his Survivor Series win. That means he doesn't lose it to Triple H at Armageddon and 3 Stages of Hell. He keeps the title all the way up to WrestleMania and faces the person that idolized him, that mirrored him, and now wants to defeat him, and Chris Jericho. Royal Rumble 2004, I strongly believe that there should have been a different winner to begin with. Not shout out to Chris Benoit, but Chris Benoit won the 2004 Royal Rumble in Philadelphia. Who should have been the Royal Rumble winner in 2004? Rob Van Dam. It literally was made for RVD to win. Like I'm not like, even though I respect Benoit's ability in the ring, I never understood why Benoit was given that shot when there was guys that were more popular than him, like Rob Van Dam, who was super duper over, and you can bring in those ECW ties of Philadelphia. Then he goes to MSG and possibly wins the title. I don't understand how RVD does not win the 2004 Royal Rumble. 2005, the Royal Rumble winner was I Walk Alone. Whew. Man, now this one is also very difficult to switch because of everything they did leading up to the contract signing of Batista, winning the Rumble, then choosing to face Triple H for the title at WrestleMania 21. However, if you're going to have a different winner, it has to be John Cena. It has to be. It was a new era going into 2005, and it has to be John Cena to go ahead and take that damn title off of JBL. Next, we have 2006. The winner is none other than Booyaka 619. Hey, I think hands down, the Royal Rumble winner for 2006 should have been none other than Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle should have won the Royal Rumble, go on to face The Undertaker at WrestleMania so they can have the match they had at No Way Out in the main event of WrestleMania. 2007, the Royal Rumble winner was none other than Rest in Peace. Probably the best last 5 minutes in Royal Rumble history when he had that mini match versus Shawn Michaels, which will be a preview for the match they would have 2 years later at WrestleMania 25. Instead of having The Undertaker win the Rumble, I have Umaga. Yes, I have Umaga win. Instead of doing the match they did at New Year's Revolution and at Royal Rumble, have Umaga win the Rumble and face John Cena for the very first time at WrestleMania and hopefully defeat John Cena in the main event. Well, it wasn't going to be the main event because Undertaker and Batista, I think, should have still happened and it should have been the main event. But have Umaga defeat John Cena for the title. 2008 Royal Rumble. The winner of the 2008 Royal Rumble in real life was none other than and probably the biggest surprise in Royal Rumble history because nobody expected John Cena to come back that soon. And still, the fact that he came back, everybody was hyped. Everybody in New York in the Madison Square Garden was hyped. Then it only took John Cena doing his 5 moves of doom, and then people were like, "Oh yeah, I don't like this nigga." Boo! Who I think could have won, should have won the Royal Rumble in 2008. I walk alone. Batista, I think, had John Cena not come back, you could have had Batista win the Rumble and go on to face Randy Orton, a match that they were trying to do 2 years prior at WrestleMania 22. You finally get to do it here. Go on, have Batista go on to face Randy Orton to tell that evolution story at WrestleMania 24. 2009, the Royal Rumble winner was Randy Orton. Orton, who the week prior kicked and punted Vince McMahon in the head. Did something that we all wish we could have did. And maybe it's the reason why the WWE sucked for so many years. Maybe you went too hard, Orton. Maybe you should have kicked him so hard in the head. Or maybe you should have kicked him even more. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting past the point. Instead of having Randy Orton win the Rumble in 2009, it easily, I think, should have been the most over guy at the time in the company. And it is Jeff freaking Harvey. It should have been Jeff Harvey. Why wasn't it Jeff Hardy, man? Why didn't Jeff Hardy win the Rumble and go on the main event WrestleMania and win the title at WrestleMania? Why did you have him win the title at a B pay-per-view, then lose it 3 weeks later? 2010, the Royal Rumble winner was the Rated R Superstar Cope. No, it was Edge, making his return after being gone since the summer of the previous year. I think it wasn't going to be Edge to win the Rumble. A different winner could have been, should have been Batista. Batista should have gone on to win the Rumble as he was, outside of Punk, the best heel in the business. Have Batista do the same thing he did in real life where Vince McMahon says, Batista, the Royal Rumble winner, is going to face you now after John Cena won the Elimination Chamber to win back the title, and set up their match at WrestleMania 26 there. But yeah, Batista for sure, and I think was the original plan to win the Royal Rumble, and I would have kept that intact had Edge not come back. 2011 Royal Rumble, the winner was Alberto Del Rio. I'm gonna lie, I didn't care for ADR that much. I love Ricardo Rodriguez. I love Ricardo, bro. Oh, I wish it would have did more with him. It should have been none other than the leader of the New Nexus in CM Punk, who was the best heel in the business. I do not understand how The Miz main event at WrestleMania over CM Punk. I still, in my brain, can't wrap my head around that. How did he do it? How? How did Vince see money in John Cena versus The Miz? Like, how did he see money in that? There was no money in that, and not in the main event for a title. I don't know what Vince was on, but yeah, CM Punk should have won. My bad. I'm ready. Vince McMahon, he should have had CM Punk win the 2011 Royal Rumble. Hell, I would have had Santino Marella win the Royal Rumble over Alberto Del Rio. Man, he was so emotional. He was doing the Cobra. 2012, the Royal Rumble winner was Sheamus. We all know who should have won this. We all know. I'm not going to play around with this. It should have been the guy that came out, teased his return for like a month straight, came out there, trolled the crowd, came out there with a new sparkly jacket. It should have been none other than Y2J, Chris Jericho. Because he was, like, I don't understand how you have a match called the best in the world, but you don't have Jericho win the Rumble to prove that he's the best by beating 29 other guys, while CM Punk is your champion, so that you can really have the best in the world. Like, Jericho didn't even win the Elimination Chamber. Like, sorry, that Vince McMahon, like, sometimes just like, I don't understand like what his brain was on. And you stupid idiot, you just made a list. 2013 Royal Rumble winner was John Cena. Boy, did I hate this, because I did not give a shit about John Cena versus The Rock in a rematch at WrestleMania. I did not care at all. So I did not care about that at all. I think the Royal Rumble winner should have been The Rock. I think from the night after WrestleMania, telling the story of him wanting to win the title one last time, how do you not set that up with him going into the Rumble and earning a spot? I didn't know that beating John Cena automatically gave you a title shot. Like, have him go into the Rumble and win the Rumble to go on to face the person that should have been a champion still, going into WrestleMania, and that was CM Punk. Just John Cena ruins everything. Like, oh man. We all already know what it is. 2014 Royal Rumble, the winner was Batista, making his triumphant return, if you want to call it that, pissing everybody off. When we all know the crowd wanted it, the people wanted it, they wanted only one person to win the Rumble that night, and that was, yes, Daniel Bryan. 2015, the Royal Rumble winner, Roman Reigns. Even tried to get The Rock in there to save it. Couldn't do it. Even The Rock couldn't save it. This isn't one of his movies. Well, at least 2000s movies, 2010 movies. Yeah, we all know it should have been Daniel Bryan. Like, I don't need it. We all know Daniel Bryan, after being stripped of the title because he got injured, we all know it should have been Daniel Bryan trying to get his title back by winning the Rumble and going on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Like, it's that simple. Like, I don't even know, like, what are we doing? Royal Rumble 2016, the winner was I Am the Game, and I am that damn good. Are you? Yeah, so this was one of two Royal Rumbles that had the title on the line, where Triple H won. I understand what they were trying to do, but Triple H shouldn't have won here. I think the person that should have won was Roman Reigns. Now, I know you're going to be like, what? I understand. Look, I would have had Roman Reigns retain his title, but with the caveat, Triple H still comes down there and helps Roman Reigns win the title, with Roman Reigns turning his back on, I guess, the fans and turning heel, creating your new corporate champion, where Dean Ambrose is the person that wins Fastlane and goes on to chase Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania. Royal Rumble 2017. The winner was Randy Orton? Huh? I still to this, I don't understand why they thought they needed the title in order to do Orton versus Bray at WrestleMania. Even though I'm glad Bray won the title, it didn't need the title. You didn't need to do that for the title. In my opinion, who should have won the Royal Rumble, if you're going to have someone of that class win the Rumble, it should have been none other than yeah, I would have had, I know a lot of people say Chris Jericho, and yes, I still think they should have had their title match for the Universal title at WrestleMania, but I just, honestly, I cannot see Owens and Jericho main event at WrestleMania. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. I think had John Cena won the Rumble, he would have gone on to face the person I think really deserved to main event WrestleMania that year, and your WWE champion of AJ Styles. It should have been AJ Styles, John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 33 in Orlando. You can either have John Cena tie the record for 16 world title wins, or John Cena doesn't win. But I just think that's a better story. Royal Rumble 2018 is a historic Royal Rumble because it had both men and women. So, the Royal Rumble winner on the men's side was Shinsuke Nakamura, which was a shock to everyone, including myself. And yeah, I think Shinsuke definitely should have won the Rumble that year. But if I have to change it, I think the winner should have been the person that was super over, arguably probably the most over babyface, especially on Raw. That is, get these hands, Braun Strowman. Like, to the life of me, Vince is such an enigma because he loves pushing big guys, but yet when he has a big guy that is over, like a Vader, like a Braun, he doesn't push him. But yet when he has, or Umaga, but when he has a big guy that is not as over, like a Great Khali or Yoko, he pushes them to the moon. Like I don't understand Vince. Yeah, Braun Strowman, who was clearly over at the time, like, he should have won the Rumble this year to go on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania to get these hands. The 2018 Women's Royal Rumble winner was none other than Asuka, which I'm super duper pissed that they didn't have her win the title that year and was defeated by Charlotte. God, Vince, just, they can't have nice things. Like, you couldn't give us one. Like, I would have been fine if Shinsuke would have won and Asuka lost, or Asuka won and Shinsuke lost. Like, but I think someone that could have won had to be Nia Jax. Nia Jax, who was really, if you watch that Rumble, she was taking out everybody. I think Nia Jax, who was a heel at the time, you could have did Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss and have her eventually turn to Alexa Bliss, setting up that rivalry instead of doing the whole people like. I hate when they do the whole big person gets bullied thing. Like, bro, come on, this is in high school. Like, go to therapy if you have those issues about getting bullied. Like, bro, she is a monster. You should have built Nia Jax as this big bad monster. Alexa Bliss should have been the baby face and have Nia Jax just go crazy. 2019, on the women's side, the Royal Rumble winner was Becky Lynch, the man. The winner of the Royal Rumble 2019 should have been Ronda Rousey. Yes, yeah. Because I think Becky should have been the champion, and it should have been Ronda Rousey to win the Rumble, setting up that year-long story of her going through the ranks and learning how to become a wrestler, win the Rumble to face Becky Lynch, or even face Charlotte to win the title. That's what I would have did. On the men's side, the 2019 Royal Rumble winner was Seth freaking Rollins. It should have been Kofi Kingston. It should have been, even though they weren't planning on having Kofi be in the main event or semi-main event at WrestleMania, I don't understand having Kofi have all these spots to where he doesn't get eliminated, only for him 5 seconds later to get eliminated. This should have been a culmination of all those times of him getting eliminated, but finally not getting eliminated, winning the Rumble to go on to face either Brock Lesnar or Daniel Bryan or whoever the champion. Actually, I don't think Daniel Bryan should be the champion at this time. But we'll get to that in a later video. Royal Rumble 2020 on the women's side. The women's Royal Rumble winner was none other than Charlotte Flair. Can you tell how happy I am? I'm not even enthused saying it, because we all know it should have been Shayna Baszler. You made her out to be a monster. She just came from NXT, and you had Charlotte win. Why? Charlotte didn't need it. She already was in like 4 or 5 straight title feuds at WrestleMania. Why did she need to win the title? Why did she need to win the Rumble only to go after the NXT title and defeat Rhea when Rhea could have definitely used no, don't get me started with Charlotte Flair. Don't get me started. Should have been Shayna Baszler. Meanwhile, on the men's side, the winner was Drew McIntyre. Now, if anybody was going to win, it should have been none other than Roman Reigns. I know you're like, what? No. Look, trust me. When I do my video on rebooking WrestleMania 36, if there was still a crowd, it's going to make sense. But as of right now, I'm just going to keep it at Roman Reigns should have won. Eventually, you'll find out why. That's a little tease for you, a little tease. Royal Rumble 2021, the women's side had the winner be none other than the EST, Bianca Belair. But if it wasn't going to be Bianca Belair, then of course it should have been Rhea Ripley to win the Rumble to go on to face Asuka for the title. On the men's side, the winner was Edge. I know a lot of people love Edge. I love Edge, and a lot of people want to see Edge win the title one last time. That's all cool, but it didn't need to be at WrestleMania. To me, if anybody should have won it easily, it should have been the almighty Bobby Lashley. If anybody was going to win, it should have been Bobby Lashley, who was on fire with the Hurt Business, he was a monster at this time. I don't know how you don't have Bobby win instead of having to do the whole convoluted thing where Otis loses the Money in the Bank to Miz, and then Miz cashes in only for Bobby to beat Miz in 2 weeks. Like, I don't know what they were doing during this time, but it should have been Bobby Lashley to go on to challenge Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania for the title at WrestleMania 37. Next, we have probably the worst Rumble in Rumble history, just all the way around. On the women's side, you had Ronda Rousey win after being gone for like a year or so. Like, don't know why she had to win. In my opinion, the person that deserved to win this, I think everybody can agree, it should have been Sasha Banks. Sasha Banks was so over. She should have gone on to challenge whoever the champion was. I don't remember who it was. I think it was Becky, or, of course, Becky and Charlotte. It's just like, yo, if Charlotte was a champion, why would she even end the Royal Rumble? Like, that's lazy booking. That's so lazy. Either put the title on the line in the Rumble, or don't have your champion in the Rumble. But anyway, yeah, it should have been Sasha. On the men's side, it was Brock Lesnar. Yeah, so much for putting over new guys, huh? Pushing new guys. If anybody was going to win the Rumble that year, it should have been none other than Seth freaking Rollins. It should have been Seth Rollins to win the Rumble that year, go on to challenge Roman Reigns for the title at WrestleMania 38, and you set up your build there instead of Seth just randomly showing up on SmackDown like, I'm going to challenge you. Like, Royal Rumble 2023, the winner on the women's side was Rhea Bloody Ripley. But if she was going to win it, definitely I would have been happy with Asuka winning after returning, after being, I think Asuka was gone for a while, going on to win the Royal Rumble to challenge for the title. I definitely think Asuka could have won here in 2023. On the men's side, the Royal Rumble winner was, wow, Cody Rhodes. And we all knew Cody was going to win, like it was a foregone conclusion, yet it was still the right call to make. But had Cody not won the Rumble that year, I think the only choice you had, the only choice that would have made sense is none other than Whoa, 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 oh, let's go. Sami Zayn, who they were telling a great story of Sami Zayn being in the bloodline, trying to earn the respect of the bloodline members as well as Roman Reigns, having Sami win the Rumble, and now telling that story of what Sami going to do because there's only one champion at the time. So clearly he has to challenge Roman Reigns. So, like, will he give up the title shot? Like, what will they do? Will he? So I think that could have been dope if Cody didn't win. Sami Zayn winning could have been just as dope. And last but not least, the Royal Rumble winner for 2024 last year on the women's side is, last year, I can't remember. Who won last year? Hot damn. Hold on, Charlotte was the champion. Bayley, there you go. How damn. If Bayley was not going to win the women's Royal Rumble that year, I think you have Liv win it. I think you have Liv win it. Start the whole Liv revenge tour here and have her go on to face Rhea and probably beat her for the title. And on the men's side, the winner of the Royal Rumble was the first person to win back-to-back Royal Rumbles since 1998. And wow, Cody Rhodes. Now, because there were two titles again on the men's side, I do not mind had Cody not won the Rumble that year, as I wholeheartedly wanted CM Punk to win. And even though he got injured, I still wanted CM Punk to win. You figure out what happens after the injury. But for me, I wholeheartedly wanted none other than the best in the world, CM Punk, to win the Rumble for 2024. Now, with that being said, those are all the Royal Rumble winners, and what if every winner was different from 1988 to 2024. Let me know how you feel, who you would have had for each individual Royal Rumble, or any Rumble for that matter. It doesn't have to be every one. It could be your favorite Royal Rumbles or your worst Royal Rumbles, whatever Royal Rumble winner you think should have been different. Let me know, comment below. In the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, share all the things on the things. Welcome to the high, bitch. There's Hayes Arcade, your hardcore casual fan. And if you're not down with that, I got two words for you. Suck it.
I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.